Hello folks and welcome back to Rome to the War. I'm Stip and this is going to be part 5 of my Barbarian invasion campaign where I'm playing as the Goths. And in the last episode I did settle my new homeland here. I am here in Spain and I did make a bit of an error. I forgot to exterminate the people of Cordoba and I paid the price for that one because yeah, they rebelled pretty much instantly. Now, like looking back on that, there were a couple of things. I did forget to experiment by moving my faction capital to Carthago Nova, which is something that I could have tried to do. But really, I mean, in the long run, I think that I need to exterminate these people. And yeah, this is going to be my chance to go do that. Now, of course, they had a pretty solid army, and that is because I didn't destroy any of the buildings inside. You know, it's a funny thing. I know that folks do recommend that you do that if you know a settlement is going to rebel. Because, of course, the army that does spawn from it does spawn from those recruitment buildings that are in that building. I get that. But, man, it's kind of tough when you only have 3 settlements. And, sure, you're going to lose it, but you're going to take it back. You know, and I want those buildings. So, yeah, it's a tough choice. Maybe that's an easier choice to make if you are further on into the campaign and you've taken a lot more settlements. And you maybe are crossing one where you're like, I don't really need to train people here. Maybe that makes more sense in that situation, but here, as far as I'm concerned, that's going to be, you know, a central training part of my empire, my new Burgundian empire. So where are we right now? We still have, you know, a lot of money in the treasury, 125,000 to be exact, and we're training people, and we're going to get an army ready to go. I want a full stack before I do march on that settlement. I mean, what they had was pretty solid, so I do want to make sure that I, you know, don't have any more military fiascos going on. So I can train all of my infantry here in Carthago Nova, which is my tier 5 settlement. So I'm getting my Gothic spearmen, my Goth raiders, which are the archers, and then my swordsmen, which are the Gothic warriors. They're all coming from Carthago Nova, and then I can get those same units here, except for the raiders. I can't get the raiders here. But I can get cav here. I can get my horse archers, my Goth lancers, my Allen horse archers, which are an upgraded horse archer. Let me compare these two. So 7 melee attack, 10 missile attack, and that's 9 melee attack, 10 missile attack. So the missile attack is the same. Melee attack is 2 higher. And then defense is going to be 3 higher. Okay. And then any differences on the abilities? Let's see here. Cannot resist swimming. What does that mean? Looks like their traits are exactly the same. So yeah, very good stamina, fast moving, all good stuff. And I would imagine that they have higher morale, but that, of course, that's not going to be shown to us. And recruitment cost is... it's not that much higher, and upkeep as well is fine. So yeah, they're probably worth getting. I'm going to continue with the horse archers, the basic ones for now, but right now I'm going to be training Goth lancers and a spy. Sure. Okay. Yep. I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'm fine with that. And my heavy cav is going to be limited to the Goth or the warlords, which isn't ideal. They take 3 turns to train and they're very expensive, 1,500 denarii to train up. Now, something that I did think of, and that was also, you know, mentioned to me, but I was also kind of thinking about this on my own, which was that my stress in regards to my characters and how few I have, I wonder if that is being linked to how few settlements that I have, because that's something that happens when you're growing your empire, right? Is that, you know, you kind of get capped on your characters, or conversely, and I think this happens more often, which is that you get gifted characters via adoption when when the game kind of decides that you have too much territory for the amount of the people that you have. And I think for now, the game's kind of capping me, you know, it's like, hey, you got 4 people. And it's like, yeah, but 3 of them are in their late 50s, you know. Leo Vigild is 59, and then Sigrid is 56. My faction leader is 53, he's the young end of the group, and then my faction heir is 17, and he's the only young guy. So when I trained up this warlord, Egika, and he wasn't given to me as a family member, I wonder if that's going to change once these guys start to die off old age. I would hope so. Either that or, you know, I have to take some settlements, right? So, yeah, it's kind of stressful. It is kind of stressful. So I'm going to be getting my spy down here to check out Cordoba. I could also get, you could come out here and plop down a watchtower. Sake of his vision. Yep, over half a stack. That's a lot of dudes. That's a lot of dudes. And yeah, these guys are placing down watchtowers as well. And yeah, we're just going to keep grinding at it until we get our full stack together. I mean, I don't feel too threatened at all from anything north of us. This is rebel held, and this is held by my allies, the Roxolani, so we're good, right? Are the Roxolani at war with people? The Huns and the Romans, so yeah, I don't know where the Huns are, but hopefully the Romans are putting enough pressure on them so that they aren't, thinking about betraying me. Here we are a few turns later, and the Slavs have emerged. So a new faction has arisen in the far north. The Slavs are tribal people who, having found their new power as a unified faction, are now migrating southwards. They will almost certainly seek easy prey in the warmer climes of Europe. Oh, and displace whoever happens to be living there at the time. Okay, so I don't think they're going to be our problem. Famous last words, I know. Great market finished here in Carthago Nova, so a bit more money there. And yeah, we're just getting peasants going in Carthago Nova. Yeah, it's Slavs, people in flight. Sure. And I'm just getting, so I have all my infantry ready to go, but I'm getting my peasants ready to go just so that they can, garrison Cordoba when we do take it. Now, there isn't much there. Although, what is there might be kind of tough if I'm seeing some comitatenses, and I remember that they do have them. They do have comitatenses. So, what do they have in Salamentica? Okay. That's a very beat-up unit of comitatenses. Oh, yeah, the Auxilia Palatina. Those are some tough spear units as well. But, yeah, 2 peasants. Not too worried about that. And then just kind of keeping an eye on the approach here between these 2 settlements. And yeah, that's all looking good. So you're going to be heading back here after dropping down some watchtowers. That all looks good. And yeah, we're just going to be you moving back. And we just need a couple more warlords trained up just for the heavy cav contingent of our armies. And then we will march on Cordoba. Oh yeah, and my heir did get married. Thank goodness. So hopefully they have start having children, but we might have to take that settlement first for that to happen. Or we might need some of these guys to die, actually. Either or. Oh yeah, and I keep forgetting to do this. I should probably knock down the awesome Temple of Mithras. It is nice because it gives me that experience bonus to troops that are trained here, but I should get my own culture in here as well to reduce the Roman culture penalty. So, and I'm not going to be training any units here for the time being. I got all my infantry all ready to go. Now I'm just training peasants here, so the experience isn't that important. So yeah, let's knock down the awesome Temple of Mithras, and that's going to make them unhappy, but we're going to be fine. And then so I'm going to be keeping it pagan. It's already pagan. And Shrine to Agni. So this is kind of a funny thing. I don't know if I talked about this in the previous episode, but my 2 pagan temples, like one looks just obviously better than the other, and I think that's Agni is just obviously better than Ties, because it's a 5% happiness modifier at tier 1, and then Agni has that plus the experience bonus, but other than that, it's the same as Ties. And then tier 2, it's adding a melee weapons upgrade as well as the experience modifier. Tier 2 for Ties is just the experience modifier, so this is what we're getting at a tier 1 for here. Oh, tier 2 has an extra 5% happiness bonus. Okay, so you're still getting that experience bonus that you're getting at a tier 1 for here, but it's an additional, like here you don't get an extra 5% happiness, it stays the same. But you get that extra melee weapons upgrade, which, I don't know if that's that important actually. Interesting. I mean, I guess it depends. And then if we go to tier 3 and compare these two, so you get that 10% happiness modifier for Agni's tier 3, and then it's going to be, see, that's the same, so 10%. That's so weird. But then you get 2 experience plus the 1 weapon. So at the tier 3, the Agni just seems superior, you know? Conversion rate's the same. So the only thing that I can think of is that the retinue is going to be different. The, you know, whatever retinue you're going to be getting for each one's going to be different. And I don't know what the base form of each type of religion is. Like that, you know, they have, you know, there's like the happiness ones and like the law ones and the fertility ones. And I don't know what these are. They don't look like law or fertility, that's for sure. Or happiness for that matter. So I don't know what these ones are. So that doesn't give any clues as to what kind of retinue I'd be getting. So I am definitely going to be experimenting with the Sacred Circle of Ties just because I want to see what it gives to make it worth it. Even though that is suboptimal, like I understand, but you know, I'm curious. So I'm probably going to be building that here in Tarraco. Honestly, I made a mistake. I started building the Grand Bazaar, so that's going to be taking 5 more turns. And then I will put in that Ties Shrine up there in Tarraco. But in Carthago Nova, I may as well get the one that makes more sense. So Shrine to Agni here, or is that Shrine to Agni? I don't know. Because here I'm getting all the cav and the infantry, it's just not the archers. So actually I might want Agni up here. It's just, so if I'm going to experiment, let's do it down here in Carthago Nova. Yeah, there's no reason for me to switch to Christianity here. It's all... What are you guys? Are you guys... Yeah, you're pagan as well. And then you're... Yeah, everyone here in Iberia is pagan. Okay, so I guess just keep it that way. And so let's experiment. Let's do ties here. In Carthago Nova. And let's just see what that gives us. Ooh, shoot. Okay, I did not realize how much of an issue that would cause. I just destroyed the Mithras Temple here in Tarraco, and the people are much less happy about that. Now, I have just moved out a large number of troops as well, but they were fine after that happened, but man, they did not like it when I destroyed that temple. And that's because, so like Vinithar is Christian, so there's going to be like 95% paganist unrest, right? So if we just build this building, I'm pretty sure, so that all just goes away. So we're not going to have any issues, right? Because I think that gets like counted before there's any checks for rebellion or revolt, I think. Is my understanding. And there's still 5% unrest in here. I wonder if that means there's a spy hanging out. I might want to get a spy up here in Tarraco. Yeah, hopefully we're chilling. I hope so. Yeah, I was thinking I wanted to keep my factionaire back just to keep him safe, but now I'm like, oh my god, is he in the most dangerous spot? I don't know.
General.
I can't get any people up there really quickly. I have to get a spy up there just to see if I can root out, see if there's a spy causing that unrest. Yeah, I mean, I have peasants. Should I just start sending them just in case? No, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I'm overthinking it. And let's get a spy. My spy that has been with me since the beginning of the campaign just passed away of old age. So yeah, we should probably get another one there. And yeah, I think we're ready to rock and roll. Yeah, we're moving along here. So the army is going to be forming up here. Oh, looks like we found another assassin. Okay.
Who shall die this day?
Well, man, I already killed an assassin outside of Carthago Nova, so there must be a bunch of them hanging out. And Leovigild has just passed away. Okay, and Viderichus, my faction heir, has emerged at 10% bonus on all trade income. Okay, good for him. And yes, we got ties and Sacred Circle of Ties, right? Alrighty then. So that's going to be... So you're still hanging up here. So that just leaves Sigaric down here. You are a 1-star general. I was going to have... Sigric actually lead this army. Well, let's do that then. I can still have him lead the army, and then Vidricus can move down here to Carthago Nova.
Lord?
Yeah, that's probably fine. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that I kill this assassin before I bring down my faction heir. He can hang out with Dad and Terrigal for now, and Carthago Nova can just be left ungoverned for now. There are people here, you know, we have a garrison, they're hanging out, they're keeping law and order. Surely they are. Mercenaries and peasants, yeah, totally. That's what they're good for. And yeah, so we will be killing that assassin first, and then okay, so yeah, and building that shrine, that tier 1 shrine, did just get rid of that paganism issue just right away. So that yeah, that's fine. That scared me a little bit. But it turns out that we are going to be okay. And so yeah, no vision on there.
At your service, moving no more.
So yeah, not that bad of a garrison, although I don't know, I'm probably just going to be sieging it out for 9 turns, I think. I don't think the Goths do have any access to siege equipment. I don't think so. Let me just double check this. So yeah, we just get upgraded Goth Raiders. We don't get any siege equipment here for the Goths. Yeah, which makes sense. Historically, they weren't good at that. They were not good at sieging down places, is my understanding. So yeah, that's one of those things that it kind of took me a while to learn in my other playthroughs, is that, you know, when you're going up against Romans in a city, and if it's a small garrison, yeah, sure, you can go in and attack it. You know, you can build your siege equipment and attack it. If you have artillery, you can bomb them. That's fine. But, you know, if it's anything more than just a handful of units, you should probably just wait it out, I think. And if I'm wrong about that, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. But Roman heavy infantry is just really no joke, and fighting in the city, you know, streets and stuff, it's pretty painful unless you really have the armies that can really fight like that. And from my understanding, that's mostly just like the Romans that can fight like that. The Sassanids have that good melee, like heavy infantry unit, the Sogdian warriors, which are very limited in, you know, how you can get them, but they can do that job. Now the Goths, do they have an access to like an equivalent heavy infantryman? I don't think so. I think that let me double check this. So their barracks, so yeah, we get Gothic spears, so we can't even train our Gothic warriors, our sword unit, until tier 4. And then we do get experience bonuses for the Gothic warriors at a tier 5. So tier 4, what do these guys offer? Attack of 10, defense of 20. So the defense of 20 is pretty awesome, but I think that that's just because units in this campaign are just typically heavily armored. So that's probably average for this campaign for a heavy infantryman. Then attack of 10 is probably average as well. The war cry helps, definitely, and good morale is nice. But I don't think that that's going to be, you know, like a can opener unit, right? Like, it doesn't have bonus versus armor, so you're not going to be chewing through committed senseis, which is different. Like the Sogdians for the Sassanids, I'm pretty sure that does have a bonus versus armor, so they can, you know, I don't know if it, I think they can beat a committed senseis 1v1, maybe. If not, it's a good fight, and it gives you like a good tool that you can at least support that fight and do well in. But you know, this is not that unit for the Goths. They don't have, I don't think they have that unit. I don't think they really have something that can just crunch through a heavily defended city, you know, defense force. You know, I think that sticking to open battles is the way to go for them, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Orders?
And what do we have here? So, heretical British monk disappears with 3 Ps. Pelagius, a Romano-British monk and scholar, may have been murdered because of his heretical teachings. He had made the mistake of arguing against Augustine's teachings, proposing the ideas of living in sin that had much in common with pagan Stoic thought. He had also managed to avoid condemnation for heresy once, but the combined authority of Augustine and Jerome led to his excommunication at the Council of Carthage. Shortly after his excommunication, Pelagius disappeared. Foul play has been suspected. Okay, so yeah, he was trying to, like, you know, make it easier for Christianity to be accepted into Britain, right? That was the idea there. I don't know if that was like his long-term like play, but typically that's how these things needed to work, was that, you know, you had to kind of find some common ground, you know, to make the new religion more palatable. So yeah, it sounds like he got killed for that, which is really shitty. You know, the guy boots on the ground in the local area knows the ways of the area and understands his mission, his job, and then the hardliners are the ones that are like, nope,
Unable to move.
nope, not like that.
Orders?
All right, so let's lay siege to Cordoba in the large stone walls. Okay, so pretty nasty there. And I've spoken about this before. I don't get it. I don't understand, like, when sap points are allowed and when they are not allowed. Yeah, I don't get it. I thought it was, at one point I was like, okay, it's just for tier 3 settlements. And then okay, that's not true. They're available for huge cities. And then okay, is it just like up to like a tier 4 wall then? Is it the wall that limits it? So can sapping points not be used for tier 5 defenses? Is that the idea? I don't know. I've been been locked up on that. I've been really going back and forth trying to figure that one out. And here we go. So let's do that. Maintain the siege. But yeah, I don't think I want to attack. I feel like I'd rather just wait the 9 turns.
At your service.
Unless everyone's going to die in 9 turns. And leave me. Yeah, Vitorichus, you're 24. You're married. Yeah, we'll be taking that place. I wonder, yeah, it'd be nice if, because that dude died. That other guy died, and we haven't been allowed to adopt anyone yet. So yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. I'm starting to get some diplomats going here just because I want vision on the world. You know, I want to see what's going on. Talk to some people, maybe sell some map information. Yes, you know, shake some hands, kiss some babies, and plan my invasion for later. I don't think, is there anything, does anyone live here? Does Palma exist in this campaign? I kind of doubt it. There's a lot of pirates in the water. There were like a bunch of them here. Like a lot of boats just kind of hanging out. I thought they were going to like land on the sea and it'd just be a new event, like pirate invasion. Because yeah, it's like apparently I don't think there's enough Roman boats in the water for the pirates to kill. So they were just like, what do we do? I don't know. Oh my god, what is my purpose in life without Romans to kill? I've decided to solve this mystery for myself by getting a boat, and I don't know if it's going to survive for very long. So yeah, there's nothing on Palma. Okay. Yeah, I don't like this boat's chances of survival. Those pirates can't reach me, but it's probably just a whole coastline of pirates down here. And we'll check out Careless. I have to imagine there's something in Sicily, but I don't know about Sardinia. Yeah, we'll see what we can find out with that boat that may or may not get sacrificed. And Roxolani, do you want to let's just talk. Let's just do the whole map information thing. I'm assuming we have trade rights, right? Yeah, I'm actually just fine with trading map information. They will what? So they want to pursue their enemies across my lands. For 90 denarii, they want military access. I don't want to, there's no reason for it. I live on a peninsula and, yeah, I don't want them going on my lands at all. If anything, I want military access. So they have this settlement now. So yeah, we're probably going to have to go to war. They own that. They don't own that. That's the Alemanni. Yeah, I mean, I could just... you know, have a naval invasion to take on Massilia. And maybe the Roxolani will help me out with that. I mean, I don't need to take these settlements. I don't need to go to war with them. I just need to take a certain amount of settlements and take, what, Rome and Constantinople? Like, those are my only 2 required places, I think. And, yeah, those are my only 2 required places. So, yeah, hold 16 regions. So it's going to be 4 here. And then that could be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe. And then just go from there. Yeah, so as long as the Roxolani stay out of my way, we'll be fine.
Can I?
Ah, shoot. Darn it. Ah, my boat, my poor boat. How to resolve and flee in the direction of... Oh, you barely fled at all. Oh, they couldn't get... Why couldn't he get away? Oh, he could get away. Okay. Looks like there's nothing here on Sardinia. Really? Nothing there, eh? This is controlled by Rome, but that could just be an extension of some other territory. Yeah, weird. Weird. It's a weird map. And I'm starting to... I'm actually running out of money. Not, I mean, I'm not. I still have 63,000, but I'm spending it. For sure, I'm spending my money, so... Yeah, as soon as I can start taking settlements, that's going to be good. But I've been training troops. I mean, I got troops going here in Terrico, and I'm getting some more troops going here in Carthago Nova as well. So, that's good, you know, because this army is going to be able to clean up not just Cordoba, but then that place as well. And with my second army, if I can, if these gosh darn pirate boats just bugger off, there's 4 of them, so to be like comfortably, like safely. See, I can only build tier 1 boats because the Goths themselves can't actually build wrong thing. Wrong thing. The Goths themselves can't actually build their own ports. It's not available to us. So we only have ports because we captured ports. So we can only build the tier 2 boats. And, or I'm sorry, the tier 1 boats. That's all we have access to, which is a pretty weak boat. 6 attack and 7 defense. And I'm assuming that theirs is way, I think it's like 7 and 7, or maybe 7 and 8 or something. It's a lot.
Boats ready.
So to be comfortable in being able to beat and or survive that, you know, 4-boat pirate navy, that's just one little fleet there. I think I might want like 8 boats maybe, which seems kind of, you know, overdoing it. But if I'm gonna put an entire army on, you know, I don't want to risk that army, obviously. And would we want to risk angering the Roxolani? Not really. The Roxolani are allied with the Alemanni, and I'm hoping that by attacking the Alemanni, that the Roxolani ally with themselves or stay allied with me. It's my understanding that typically in those situations, what will happen is that AI will side with the aggressor, which is interesting. So I'm hoping that that remains true. And I'm hoping that in that situation, they just, you know, side themselves with me and we're all... you know, we're all cool with each other. So to do that, yeah, I think I would want to stay off of their territory and not incur any diplomatic penalties. And can we like maybe, I'll buy their shit. I just want to know like what they know. So yeah, I just want their map information. I'll offer them map information. I'll offer them money. 1,000. Take it or leave it. I'll pay you more. See, I know I've never really understood that. We having nothing to offer in return, and we must turn you down. It's a weird response because all I wanted was your map information, and I offered you my own and money. And is that just like them saying that? Is that just because I already know everything that they know? Oh, I wonder if that's what that means. Oh, I don't know if I ever considered that. Do you think? Maybe them saying that just means that they literally have nothing else for us
My lord,
in regards to info?
once.
Hmm,
Unable to move. My lord,
interesting.
unable to move.
And that's going to be it for my faction leader. Vinithar has died of old age, hanging out here in Tarako. Luckily, it looks like Tarako's going to be fine without him, so that's good. And hopefully we can start getting some people because, yeah, we're down to 2 family members now. Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, so Vidrichus is my new faction leader, but he hasn't had any children. What do we have? 5 turns before that falls. And he's 26. Yeah, and he hasn't had any kids yet. Oh, God. Can I just please... What if I... It's tempting to try to get the man of the hour. I could go in for an assault and try to get a fight here to get one of these guys promoted, but yeah, mostly if it's just related to
Lord,
how many settlements I have, then I think that maybe just by taking this 3rd settlement, the game will allow me to adopt someone, hopefully. Whoa, 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 wait a minute. Where do these guys come from? The Berbers? Berbers just kind of landed here. Okay, it's a little bit early for North Africans to be invading Iberia. Huh. I mean, we're not technically at war with them, but they are on my land. Hillmen, Camel Raiders, Berber Axemen, Hillmen, so they have 6 units in total. I don't know, actually, I got a spy right here. 75% chance. Yeah. So Moorish Raiders, and then Desert Archers. Okay, so 6 units in total. Surely I can beat that. I have 3 Raiders, 2 Spears, Gothic Spears. Surely I can beat that. And should I even... I mean, yeah, I should fight them. I mean, they're on my land, you know? So I'm tempted to go on out without Vidrichus, just to maybe try to get a,
Lord,
like a person of the hour kind of thing. Man of the hour, that's what it's called.
yes.
Yeah, attack a neutral faction. They're not neutral, they're on my land. They're on my land. Alright. Alright, so I do outnumber them. I don't know if you need it to be more of an even fight for you to get the man of the hour, but yeah, we'll see what we can do here. Okay, this is a pretty cool map, I have to admit. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Just kind of fight down on the side of a mountain here, overlooking everything around us. Yeah, that's pretty neat. I can be pretty critical of the maps here in this game just because of how bland they are, and, well, tactically, like how tactically bland they are in comparison to Medieval 1 and Shogun 1. But, you know, the way that it does integrate into the strategy map is, it is fantastic. You know, I can't take anything away from that. And there are moments like this where it doesn't feel like you're in like a bowl, like in the Shogun 1 and Medieval 1 maps do. Like that, you always kind of feel like you're in a bowl, right? And these maps do extend out. Like it does feel like you're fighting in this land, you know, in a real world, which does feel pretty special. Now I am beginning to march my way up this hill here, and their one archer unit does have pretty good firing angle at me. It looks like they're starting to pick off some of my own archers. And it's tempting to go into loose formation here to try to mitigate some of those casualties coming on in. And here's the charge. Let's get Cav up here. And more Raiders charging right on into my spears. Okay, that's probably not going to work out well for them. And then let's get Lancers into the axes. But then I might want to get out quickly. just because they have the spears right there. And yep, they got their camels into my archers. Let's get my mercenary veterani into there, and let's try to get my dudes. Let's keep picking off these Berber axes here. And are we gonna fend off these camels? Looks like they're routing my raiders, but we're gonna get a downhill charge into those Berber axes. Those should rout, I would imagine. And it looks like their raiders are routing down there as well. And get a Pelum toss in, that'd be nice. So it looks like we took down the Axemen. And
you have killed the enemy general.
Yeah, enemy general's dead.
Now they may turn and run. Attack! Attack!
Perfect. Okay. And I did download another, like, the updated patch for this this patch that I'm using. So I'm hoping that does, kind of fixes some of the issues that I was having with. Ooh, that guy's not routing. Okay, never mind. Thought the whole army was broken, but I was wrong about that. Yeah, let's get the mercenary veterani over here. And where do you, Hillman, eh? Hillman, standing strong. Okay. Standing strong. All right, Raiders, you get back. And yeah, hopefully this update fixes things. Or another thing is that I was told that there's specific issues with the river battles in this game, and it's something that I hadn't experienced before, but I also, had never really played that many river battles, honestly. So yeah, maybe it's just because there's a river battle. That's why I was having so many issues in that battle in the last episode. Not quite sure, but in any case, it seems to be, playing better right now. I did test something. I did play a little battle before I started this campaign, started recording today, and I was able to play a battle just fine. So, looks like there's still some issues in chasing down routing units. But that's kind of like the least of my issues, really. Let's try to intercept here. And we're getting some Pelum tosses in here. Those camel raiders could really hurt my cav, so I don't want to take that engagement. Let's just push here, and yeah, we're pushing there. I'm actually surprised this army hasn't broken. I kind of thought that it'd be over when I killed the general, but no, that has not been the case. But I still have the skirmish advantage, so I'm going to continue to use that advantage while I have it. And if that camel is going to run away, there we go. That's what I want.
Units forward.
That's what I want. A camel that is running away, and then... Let's see, desert archers. Yeah, I'll take those desert archers. Whatever I can. It's just the hillmen that I want to fight. Because they can trade upwards into my cavalry.
The enemy flee from the
There we
field
go.
by
That's the
fight of
victory.
Goths.
So let's just
Hunt
kind of
them
run
down
these guys down here
slay them
and
all.
try to make sure that this army no longer exists. How are we doing? So, enemy troops, 65% casualties. Alright, so we could try to get that number up to 85% if we could.
Eyes of
That's going to do it. So hopefully we get a man of the hour, but I kind of doubt it. Kind of doubt it.
we shall rule.
Yes, we shall. Yeah. No man of the hour for us. Just get to declare war against a faction that I'd no interest in fighting. Cool. Well, we have 4 turns. Oh, what's this? Oh, look at this. Map edge. Okay, that's pretty fun. Yeah, 4 turns before that falls. Alright, we're getting there. Hey, and I actually was able to get a deal with the Vandals. That's pretty nice. Yeah, I was able to... Well, I paid them. I was able to get money from them. But I got trade rights with a faction that is way the hell over here. So that's dandy. And yeah, they're still hanging out in my old... Wait. No, they don't have this anymore. They have this. Do they have anything else? That's Roman. Oh. Well, I just gave them 1,000 denarii to learn not much. Okay, well, there we go. That's fine, I guess. And are we just one turn away from... Nope, 2 turns away. Okay, we're getting there. And yeah, man, I don't know. This is stressing me out with the fact that I'm not getting any family members and I'm not getting any adoptions. So I might actually just attack that settlement up there. Just to try to, you know, convince the game that I need more generals. And the Franks want us to give us, or us to give them 5,000 denarii for map information and trade rights. Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah. So hopefully okay, there's some map information. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'll pay 5 grand for that. Okay, now I get to actually, man, this is the most I've ever seen about this map. I never got this much vision on the map when I was playing as the Sassanids. Yeah, okay, so the Franks are strong. Holy shit, they have a lot of stuff. That's why it costs so much to get their map information, because they actually have a lot of vision here. So yeah, Lombards. Those are the Burgundy. Okay, yeah, that tells me something. Tell me what's on Sicily, but you know, can't get everything that you want. And yeah, I think we're good here. We're chilling, and can't get you across this goddamn bridge because this Alemanni army won't move out of the way. God damn it, move out of the way, please. Alright, and one more turn. Let's just do that. Let's end this turn, and this time we are going to exterminate. Yes, for 21 grand and 23,000 people to be massacred. There we are. Finally. So let's go ahead and repair all these buildings. Sewers, awesome. Temple of Mithras. Yeah, sure. Sure, that's fine. And so we can't recruit anything here, I guess, because we destroyed their stuff. Yeah, the army barracks. Okay. Okay, so that's been taken, and that's good. We needed that money. And now my other army is pretty, it's honestly like pretty close. Yeah, I just need to get some boats going and then invade the Alemanni territory here. And this army can just make its way up there. So let's go ahead and...
Chief, orders, orders.
Oh, I don't know. Let's assume that we need all of our peasants here. Jesus. Okay. Chill out. We'll recruit some more peasants. And yeah, those guys will hold it down in Cordoba. I should have just had that peasant army already moved up, because then we could have moved out of Cordoba as soon as possible. Oh my, okay, so the Sassanids have been destroyed. Okay, that's interesting. They were destroyed, and so I didn't notice this in the last episode, but what's pointed out to me by a viewer that the Sassanids had actually vassalized the Eastern Romans. And yeah, looks like those tables have been turned. Okay, that is very interesting. Yeah, I wonder how the Eastern Romans are doing right now. Okay, so that's all fine, and yeah, this peasant army is going to get there in 2 turns. So this army is going to be able to move on out. We can keep training peasants here. And then yeah, probably, let's see, who are you? So that's a Western Roman Empire rebel boat. There's actually a little army on there. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, maybe I'll just keep you down here. Man, you're just stuck in between bridges. You just can't get out of the way. Yeah, maybe I'll just keep you down here to spy on Massilia, since I will be, you know, attacking that at some point. Oh, thank God. Okay. We have a child? Thur. Is that a boy or a girl? Is it a boy name or a girl name? I don't know. Show me. Show me the child. That's a boy. I think that's a boy. I think that's what Goth children look like. And 31, so he should still be alive by the time the child comes of age. Oh, thank God. Oh my God. That was really stressing me out. That was really stressing me out. I have
Chief, General.
these brigands outside of Carthago Nova that I'm just fighting with peasants and Gothic warriors in hopes of trying to get a man of the hour. And did we? Oh hell yes! Oh thank God! Oh my God!
Fear us.
Oh, welcome to the family, Captain Tolga. Yes, you are definitely, yeah, 2-star general, gatebreaker, so +1 command with assaulting walls, Christian. Oh, thank God. Yes. Tolga, 21 or 20, yeah, 20 years old. There you are. Oh, thank God. Oh, that I've been just this whole episode I've just been like, "Oh my God, is this going to be like the first campaign that I lose on this channel?" Like not like this. Let me lose in battle, not not because I can't father any children. Don't make it like that. Here we can actually, yeah, we can lay siege to Salamantica, I think. Yep, 9 turns, and yeah, we can build some stuff and do that. And yeah, man, now that I know that I've like, you know, people left, I'm not so stressed out about assaulting this. Man, it's so weak though. I might assault it. I might, just to get a stupid little battle in. Not this episode, but I mean, man, it's like so not worth fighting. But it would save 9 turns, you know? Or it'd save 8 turns because I'd be attacking next turn. Yeah, I think I'm gonna assault that. And I'll tell you why. Because despite my excitement for seeing the Frankish realm at first and be like, holy shit, look at the Franks. No, then it kind of like dawned on me, you know, it took me a little while before I was like, oh shit, the Franks. Like I was like, wait a minute, are they the bad guys in this campaign? Because I thought the Romans were, but now I'm like, no, it's, yeah, okay, yeah, it might be the Franks, which, you know, again, I guess it's kind of fitting historically, but this is too early. This is too early for the Franks to be this strong. Yeah, I might have to, that's something, so I might have to pick up the pace, and that's fine. I can pick up the pace, so that's going to involve attacking Salamantica next turn, and I got some peasants going here in Terrico so that I can, you know, leave with these people, and now it's time for me to start building boats, and possibly like a lot of boats, but that's fine. I can build a lot of boats, you know. 8 to be safe. Like, I know that sounds ridiculous, but if I'm going to put, you know, a whole ass army on that fleet, then, I know it's just to get from here to there, but still, I think that's going to be worth it. And, yeah, attack Massilia, take it. Like, that just seems like a good defensible location to hold up and to continue my march on to Italy. Yeah, that's going to be the plan, but that is all going to have to wait until next time. Before I go, I just wanted to say that if you're enjoying these content and you would like to support the channel, then consider subscribing, liking, and sharing. It all helps immensely. So until next time, this has been Concept playing Rome Total War Barbarian Invasion. Thank you very much, and goodbye.